So the Penguin finale just finished, and I'm wondering, would you call the Penguin the best show of the year? Due to my limited experience and my limited amount of shows that I've watched this year, I can't in good conscience say that it is the absolute best show to be produced in the year 2024. But what I can say with certainty is I feel like it's probably the best comic book adjacent related in that realm of shows and media. I think it's probably the best comic book related project to come out this year. And I'm saying that the same time or the same year as Deadpool and Wolverine came out and Agatha All Along. I think we are also set to see Wonder Man later on in 2024 at the tail end of the year, but I'm still thinking the Penguin is probably going to be at the top of all comic book related stuff to come out this year, and that is probably live action as well as animated. So, what makes this show stand out so much better than the rest when it comes to all the really, really good competition? Thinking first of Deadpool and Wolverine. I think outside of Hugh Jackman, you don't see any amazing performances in Deadpool and Wolverine like you see every week on The Penguin. All 8 episodes are phenomenal when it comes to the acting, the writing, and the way things build, and the way the show really tricks you into caring and rooting for Oswald Cobb throughout the show, only to get that finale that we just got and see how demented and how sick of a character he really is. When it comes to Agatha, it's one of the comic book properties that's really, really popular this year, and I did not look at it, don't plan on taking a look at it. I may do a video defending why I'm just not interested and explaining why it just didn't get my attention like it got other people's attention. But all the positives, and I've only heard positives about that show, all the positives point towards great writing and great storytelling and bringing things together in a way that other shows maybe haven't. I can't say that The Penguin is better in that regard, but from what I experienced, I feel like it's very hard to be better than what we got in The Penguin, seeing his rise to pretty much the top of the crime underworld in the DC Matt Reeves Gotham. I think the only flaw or the only real issue that can exist inside this show as it relates to the world that Matt Reeves is building is the absence of Batman while such major events are taking place inside that same universe where he exists. I think though, just doing things in a real smart way, they could take a lot of the events that happened in this show and just kind of edit Batman into the background and have him kind of watching and detecting and snooping along in the shadows and just make it seem a lot more feasible, because a lot of this stuff was really, really small scale crime. And again, you would think with all the drugs being sold that Batman would be mentioned, with all the gangs being active, that Batman would be a factor in that, but you don't really see him be a factor. And I'm sure they will find a way to explain that out in this next Matt Reeves Batman. But that's not really related to The Penguin. The Penguin as a show stands on its own and it's really, really good. And I can't see many things being better. But those are pretty much all my thoughts. I don't have that many thoughts or many notes because I think the show is relatively perfect. Again, it tricks you into rooting for Oswald and really like wanting to see him succeed through about 6 episodes. And then you get episode 7 and episode 8. And it's like, hey, this guy really is really a detestable sick. Like there's a disease in him. He's not good and he's not somebody to root for. And so you see that in those last 2 episodes, even though he ultimately gets what he wants and gets what he's after, you get to see how deranged and how off he is. It really elevated him from just a guy that we met in the Matt Reeves Batman 2. So he's really sick in the head, and Arkham might be the right place for a person like that. Like he's not all there up top. And so it fits in the realm of the comic book world that we know, and also makes so much sense to see it be done in live action and executed so well the way it was executed here. So nothing but positives on my end. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section if you choose to do so. And I thank you so much if you've watched this far. That's all we got for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.